Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible to all of you? Please respond if you can hear me. So, in this session, there are 15 questions. Okay, question number 47 till 61. So, year 2000 and 2001. Okay, a total of 15 questions was there in these 2 years. Okay, so try to solve all these 15 questions. Time limit for these 15 questions will be 45 minutes. Okay, the time limit is 45 minutes. Your time starts now. So, please start. And then we'll start with the discussion. Okay, so let's start. Question number 47. What is the answer for question number 47? Answer for question number 47. Option B. What about the other? Because anyone else? Hima is getting A, Madhur is getting A. Am I audible to all of you? Please respond. Can you all hear me? Yes? All right. No issue. Yeah. Okay, so the correct answer is, however, the option A. Now, just here. It says consider a circle with a unit radius. So the radius of this circle is nothing but that is 1. Okay. There are 7 adjacent sectors such that the total area of these is nothing but 1 by 8 of the area of the circle that is given here. Further, the area of the jth sector is twice than the area of this. Okay. So there are 7 sectors. If I say, let's say for the first sector, the area is equal to S unit. Okay. For the first sector, area is equal to nothing but S unit. So for the second sector, what is the total area? That is going to be 2S. Okay. So let me write down. Area for the first sector is equal to S. Okay. This is area. The total second sector, it is going to be 2S. Third sector, it is going to be 4S. Fourth sector, it is 8S. Fifth sector, 16S. Sixth sector, 32S. And seventh sector, that is 64S. And this total, it is equal to 1 by 8 of the total area of the circle. Yes or no? So it is equal to 1 by 8 into total area of the circle. And what is the area of the circle? 1 by 8 into pi into 1 square. So what is the area of one sector? I can say this will be comes out to be equal to 127S. Yes or no? So 127S, it is equal to pi by 8. So this implies that the value of S, it will be equal to nothing but that will be comes out to be how much? Pi by 127 into 8. This is the area of one sector. Okay, area of the one sector. Now, tell me one thing. A circle will subtend an angle of how much? The circle will subtend an angle at the center how much? Can I say circle will subtend angle of 360 degree? Subtends 360 degree at the center. So 1 by 8 of circle will subtend how much angle? 1 by 8 of the circle, it will subtend nothing but that is going to be equal to how much? 360 by 8. Okay. Or since the answer is in terms of radians pi, so I can say a circle subtends an angle of 2 pi. Okay, 360 degree, or we can say that is same as 2 pi. Okay. So that is 2 pi by 8. So 2 pi by 8, that is equal to nothing but that is pi by 4. Okay. So that is equal to pi by 4. So the total sector, the sum of these 7 sectors, they subtend an angle of pi by 4. Is that clear to all of you? Please tell me yes or no. Okay. And so this is the pi by 4. So area of the 7 sectors, it is equal to pi by 127 by 8. Yes or no? Pi by 127 by 8. So this pi by 4. So can I say from here, the area of this entire sector, that will be equal to pi by 4 into how much? Tell me. Area of the 7 sector, it is equal to pi by 127 into 8. Sorry. All the sector, it is equal to pi by 8. For 127S, it will subtend pi by. Or I can say, just the 127. Okay, 127. So I can say 127S. Okay, this 127S, it is subtends an angle of how much? Can you say they will subtend an angle of pi by 4 at the center? this total area 127 by S, it will subtend an angle of pi by 8 at the center. Please tell me yes or no. Am I audible? Please respond. Can you all hear me? Okay. So the area S will subtend how much angle? That is equal to pi by 8 into 127. I think I've written it. Not pi by 8. No, this is pi by 4. Yes, that's right. This is pi by 4. So 128S7S, it is subtending an angle of pi by 4 at the center. Okay. Pi by 4 at the center. So S will subtend how much? That is pi by 4 into 127. So let me write down, this is pi by 4 into 127. So pi by 4 into 127. So this is pi by 4 into 127. And that will be, comes out to be how much? That is equal to pi by 508. So any doubts to anyone? So the answer is pi by 508. Please tell me if there is any doubt. Can we move to the next slide? Am I audible clearly to all of you? Any disturbance? No. Okay. So let's move ahead then. Now another easy one. What is the answer for this question? Please tell me. That's right, A. It's quite visible that if the result is true, it must be true for any triangle. So if you are considering that as equilateral, so for equilateral, A equal to B equal to C. And if you substitute A equal to B equal to C, you will get the answer, isn't it? So you can go by the options. If it is equilateral, then A equal to B equal to C. And the moment you substitute A equal to B into C, you can see both the sides are coming out to be equal. So it means the answer is equilateral. Any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next slide? There are other ways also, but I think working with the options, we can do it quickly. All right. Now, what is the answer for this question? Another interesting question. Anyone? We have done the similar question in the class also. The correct answer is option D, which is 25 degree. Let's see. It says in the following figure, AB, which is equal to BC, which is equal to CD, which is equal to DE, equal to EF, equal to FG, equal to G. Then angle DA. So I've just selected one of these sections like this one. Okay, this figure, ABCDE. Now it is given that AB is equal to BC. So if AB and BC, these two sides are equal. And if the two sides are equal, the opposite angles should be always equal. So if I say, let's say this angle is equal to theta, this angle is theta. So what about the angle CBD? Tell me, what about the angle CBD? It must be 2 theta. Exterior angle is always equal to sum of two opposite interior angles. So this is theta, theta. So CBD, it must be equal to 2 theta. So I can say CBD, it must be equal to 2 theta. Now further it says that BC is equal to CD. The two lengths BC and CD are equal. So I say BC and CD, these two lengths are also equal. And if the two lengths are equal, opposite angles should be equal. So this is 2 theta. So what about angle CDB? Angle CDB, it will be, okay, these two sides are equal. So these two angles will be equal. So CDB is also equal to 2 theta. So I can say that is equal to 2 theta. Now, what about this angle then? Angle DC. Angle DC is exterior for triangle CAD. Yes, 2 theta plus theta, 3 theta, not 4 theta. Tanya, Madhur, we have discussed this question in the class and I told you to pay attention also. Angle this, I am talking about this angle. So this is exterior to which angle? This angle. So I need to find out this is exterior to which angle. That is very, very important here. Okay, this angle I am talking about. Okay, guys. So this angle, it is exterior to which all angle? It is exterior to theta and 2 theta, no? Because this is the triangle. If you go like this from here, this and this and this. So this is 2 theta plus theta, that is equal to 3 theta. So this is equal to 3 theta. Any doubts to anyone now? Okay. So this is 3. It means you guys need to revise whatever we have discussed in the class. Okay. Just a minute. Yes, 3 theta. Now, these two are also equal. CD is equal to D. So CD is equal to D. So these two sides are equal. So these two angles are equal. So angle E is also equal to 3 theta. So I hope that now it is clear. So A is equal to 3 theta and this entire angle E, it is equal to 3 theta. Any doubts to anyone now? Similarly, take other sections. This figure. Okay. Now we know that this is equal to theta. Working backwards, GA is equal to FG. So GA and FG are equal. So GA and FG are equal. So these two sides are equal. So GA and FG are equal. So the two angles, opposite angles will be equal. So this is theta. Angle GFA. GFA is also going to be theta. So write down GFA is also theta. So angle FGE, it is 2 theta, exterior angle. Okay. Exterior angle for these two angles, 2 theta. Now GF, FG is equal to EF. So FG and EF are equal. So let me highlight EF. This is EF. So the length FG and EF, these two lengths are equal. So opposite angles should be also equal. So this is 2 theta. So angle GEF is also 2 theta. So I can say GEF is also 2 theta. Okay. So GEF is also 2 theta. Okay. So what about angle EFD? Is it 3 theta or 4 theta? Now tell me. EFD is exterior for which? You can see one line is going like this one. So this is 2 theta. Other is starting from F, it goes to A. So this is theta. So theta plus 2 theta, that is equal to 3 theta. So angle EFD is equal to 3 theta. And if angle EFD is equal to 3 theta, so this angle is also 3 theta. Angle D. So any doubts to anyone now? Please respond. Because remember, this length and this length are equal. EF equal to ED. EF is equal to D. So these two are equal, so 3 theta. So angle D is equal to 3 theta. So this is also 3 theta. So in this triangle, we can say A plus E plus D. It is equal to 180 degrees. So that is theta plus 3 theta plus 3 theta. It is equal to 180 degrees. So theta is approximately equal to 125 point something. So the nearest option choice is option D. Any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next question? Okay. So let's move ahead. Yes. What is the answer for this question? C, 4. Yes, that's right. The correct answer is 4. Several ways, but I think I told you one of the formula which you can use it here directly. The number of distinct triangles, it is always equal to nothing but that is n square by 48. This is a rare formula, n square by 48. If n is an even number, and n is nothing but a perimeter here, and it is the nearest integer. So I'll say n square. So n square means nothing but that is equal to 14 square. So 14 square by 48. What is 14 square by 48? 196 by 48. That is equal to 4.08. So the nearest integer to 4.08 is 4. So this is the answer. So the correct answer is option C. Okay. Can I move to the next question now? Okay. What is the answer for this one? Please tell me. Option A. Okay, that's right. The answer is definitely option A. Now it says ABCD is a rhombus with a diagonal AC and BD. So I can say here. So ABCD is a rhombus with a diagonal AC and BD intersecting at the origin. The equation of the straight line AD and the equation of BC. Now AD and BC, what are they? Are these two lines parallel to each other? First of all, tell me one thing. Are these two lines parallel to each other, AD and BC? Yes. Even if I do not draw the figure, if I say just here, just draw the rhombus at random. Okay, if I draw the rhombus at random, this is equal to A, B, and C and D. So if the AD is equal to x plus y equal to 1, so BC is parallel to line. An equation of a line which is parallel to this line, that is going to be x plus y equal to k. X plus y equal to k. So there is only one option which is matching, though there is none of these, but still, I think if you're taking a risk, you can take that. Option B is definitely not possible. X minus y equal to minus 1. X plus y equal to 1, that will be the same line. So x plus y is equal to k. And what is that constant term? It can be minus 1. So the answer is option A. Though there is one of the option, none of these, but you can take a risk or we can learn the correct way. Is that clear to all of you? So it might be possible that you can eliminate couple of option choices. Now, first of all, x plus y equal to 1. So x equal to 0, y is 1. Y equal to 0, x is equal to 1. So I'll draw the line. So this is the line x plus y equal to 1. And they intersect at the origin. So this distance is 1, this distance is also 1. Okay. Or I can write down this is 1 and 1. Okay. So I'll get a like this, this and this. So this is the equation x plus y equal to 1. This is minus 1, this is minus 1. And this is what? AD, isn't it? This is point A. Okay. This is B, this is C, and then this is D. So this will be definitely x plus y equal to minus 1. Okay. Because it is minus 1 and minus 1. So this is equation of a line. If x abscissa and the ordinate they are minus 1 and minus 1 is x upon minus 1 plus y upon minus 1 equal to 1. So I'll get x plus y equal to minus 1. So the answer is option A. Any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next question? So this was easy, doable. Okay. Now, tell me the answer of this question number 52. Okay. Again, a easy one for based on octagon. Which is the correct answer? Okay. I think the correct answer is option number B for Bombay. Let's see here. A square whose side is 2 meters has its corner cut away so as to form an octagon whose all sides are equal. So corners are cut to get an octagon whose all sides are equal. And I need to find out the length of each side of the octagon. So let's say the length of each side of the octagon, it is equal to A, or you can take anything. Let's say this is equal to A. So this is A, this is also A. So what is this length? Can anyone tell me? And this length, these side lengths? It's an octagon. So all the angles will be 45, 45 because in case of regular octagon, interior angles are equal. So this angle, it is equal to 135 degree. So this angle, it is equal to 45 degree. So A by root 2, that's right. 90, 45, 45. So A by root 2, this will be also equal to A by root. Similarly, this length is equal to A by root 2. And this length is equal to A. And this plus this, it is given as 2. Because the side length of this square is equal to 2. So A in any case that is going to be common into. Okay. What will I get? 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2, that is equal to 2 by root 2. Okay, so that I get, that is 2 by root 2 plus 1, which is equal to 2. And what is 2 by root 2? Can anyone tell me what is 2 by root 2? 2 by root 2 is equal to root 2 itself. So A into root 2 plus 1, which is equal to 2. So the value of A, it is equal to 2 upon root 2 plus 1. And this is the answer. So this was an easy one. I don't know why did some of you have not got the answer. Any doubts to anyone now? Please tell me. Why not? This is okay. 2 upon root 2 plus 1. That's right. Answer is B, not C. So we need to mark option B. Okay. Now, yes, question number 53. What is the answer for 53? Tell me, all of you. Now, the same question, exactly same question was asked in ATM also. So if anyone has solved the ATM paper, which I have already uploaded, you can see the same question there. And I told you sometimes the questions from the ATM has been asked here in the actual CAT also. Now, so a certain city, the correct answer for this question is, I think, is what? Option 2. Option B, 9. Let's see here. A certain city has a circular wall around it. And this wall has 4 gates pointing north, south, east, west. A house stands outside the city 3 kilometers north of North Gate. So this is north of North Gate. that is 3 kilometers. So this distance is given as 3. So 3 kilometers north of North Gate. So this is 3 kilometers of North Gate. And it can be just seen from the point 9 kilometers east of the South Gate. So this is the 9 kilometers east of the South Gate. Okay. Remember, this is east, west, north, and south. And it can be just seen. So this line will act as a tangent. Figure is not drawn to the scale. Let's stand. So what is the diameter of the wall that surrounds the city? So I need to find the diameter of the wall which surrounds the city. So let me say this is a dotted line, which is a dot diameter. Okay. Okay. So let's say this is a line. This is the diameter. This is equal to D. And I need now the moment I say this angle is 90 degrees. So one of the things which should strike in your mind, this is 9. So can it be a Pythagorean triplet? Can it be Pythagorean triplet? Let's see. If I'm saying this is 9 and this is equal to D plus 3 and here. So I think the common triplet is 9, 12, 15. So we can cross check with 9, 12, 15. Is it satisfying 9, 12, 15? 9 and it is okay 12. So this diameter will be also 9. Then only the total height will be 9 plus 3, 12. And this will be also 9 and this will be 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. Yes, it is satisfying, isn't it? This is 9. This will be also 9 and this can be 6. This is 3. And so it is satisfying. So the correct answer is, of course, option number C. So I do not need to solve it. Sorry, diameter is 9. That's it. Diameter is 9. Any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next question? Okay, let's move ahead then. What if it is on? Then you can form the equation. I can say, then in that case, you can form the equation like, for example, we do not know what is this distance. Yes or no? I can say this is equal to what? This is equal to 2r. Yes or no? This is equal to 9. From the center of the circle, join this. This angle is also 90 degrees. Okay, this angle is also equal to 90 degrees. So this is r and this is also r. Okay, and now there are two similar triangles. Yes or no? I'll say, let's say this is equal to x. So, or I can say this is equal to x. And if I mark the point, this is point, let's say P, this is equal to point Q, this is equal to point R, this is equal to point S, and this is equal to T. If it is not a triplet, then you should know that also. This is T. Okay. So now, in triangle, you can use the property of the similar triangle also. This angle is 90, this angle is equal to theta. So this angle is 90 minus theta. This angle is also theta. So can you see now two similar triangles, Hema? Okay, this is 90, this is theta. Sorry, this is 90, this is theta. So this angle will be 90 minus theta. Angle R will be equal to 90 minus theta. Or you can use Pythagoras theorem also, several ways. Okay, so the two triangles are similar, so sides should be in the same proportion. So triangle PTS, I can say that the triangle PST, it is similar to the triangle PQR. Okay, triangle PST is similar, or even you can use the Pythagoras theorem in both the triangle and eliminate X. PST, it is equal to PQR. So in PST, opposite to 90 minus theta is X. In the bigger triangle, opposite to 90 minus theta, that is equal to 2r plus 3. Diameter plus 3. Okay, in the bigger triangle is equal to opposite to theta. In the smaller triangle PST, the side is radius. And in this triangle, opposite to theta, it is equal to 9. And opposite to 90 degree in the first triangle, that is, you all can observe, that is r plus 3. Okay, and opposite to 90, that is equal to 9 plus x. So probably you can solve these equations and you can find out the answer. Is that clear now? All of you? Or like I told you, you can apply the Pythagoras theorem. In triangle PST also. In triangle PST, I can say x square plus r square. It is equal to nothing but that is r plus 3 whole square. And in triangle PQR, that is equal to 2R plus 3 whole square plus 9 square. It is equal to nothing but that will be equal to 9 plus x whole square. Okay. And then you should try to eliminate x here. So if you eliminate x, you get the answer. Is that clear now? Okay. Or to make it further simplify it, tell me one thing. Like I told you different approaches, that I'll tell you one more thing with the help of which you can get the answers quickly. Okay. This is here, similar triangle. You can use this. But before that, can I say that PS square, the third point, which is PS square, it is always equal to PQRST. Let me mark this as what? PU. So PS square, it is equal to PU into PQ. Yes or no? By the property of secant and tangent. PS square is equal to this. So I'll say this is x square. So x square, it is equal to P to U. P to U is equal to how much? That is 3. And PQ is equal to how much? That is equal to 3 plus 2R. Yes or no? That is 3 plus 2R. So that is also x square. I think by knowing this fact, it can give you the answers quickly. X square. So you can substitute this x square in this equation, and everything will be in terms of R. Because if I try to solve these two, then probably here x square plus 2x. So we know that x square is equal to 3 into 3 plus 2R. And then substitute this x square. So everything will be only in terms of R, and then we can simplify. Is it clear now? Please respond, all of you. Hema, Avinash, Nikita, Priyank, Sai, Ankur, Madhur, Jatin, everyone. Jatin, it's a result in any circle. If there is a one tangent and one secant, then this length PS square is always equal to PU into V2. We have discussed the properties of circle. Like if this is a circle, if this is one line and this is another line, this is a tangent. This is P, T, and this is A and B. So we have discussed that. That is, yes, power of point theorem. That's right. PT square, it is equal to PA into P. So with that, you can get a very simple relationship between X and R. So that was a good question, Hema. That yes, here we could have solved with the help of options by using triplet. But if it is not triplet, then how to solve it? You should know that. So can I move to the next question? But in the exam, I will prefer first triplet if the values are 9 is given. Now, what is the answer for this question? Okay. A is the correct answer. That's right. And another easy one, the answer is A 1 by 6. Just here how. In the above diagram, ABCD is a rectangle with AE equal to EF equal to FB. So this is triplet. Okay. So like this one. So can I say same base, the length of AE, EF and FB. So they are equal. So the area of each of them will be equal. Yes or no? So if I say if the area of this figure it is equal to K, this will be also K and this will be K. And area of the triangle ABC is 3K. So area of the triangle ADC is also going to be 3K because diagonal always divide the triangle in two equal areas. Remember these three bases are equal. So bases are equal, height is same. So area is same. So the answer is what is the ratio of the area of the triangle CEF? So CEF is K to the area of the rectangle, which is 6K. The answer is equal to 1 by 6. So an easy one, very easy. Is it clear now? Can I move to the next slide? 55. What is the answer of this? Okay. Let's see here. A ladder leans against a vertical wall. So let me say this is a wall. So this is the wall. The top of the ladder is 8 meters above the ground. A ladder leans against a vertical wall. The top of the ladder is 8 meters above the ground. Okay. So 8 meters above the ground. So this is here. Let's say this is the ladder is this one. So this is 8. Okay. I'll say this is equal to 8. Okay. And this is my ladder. Okay. And when the is moved 2 meters farther away from the wall. Okay, so here this is the distance x, and then 2 meters farther away from wall. So that is equal to 2, and move the ladder like this one. So in that case, what happened? The ladder rests again. So can you say this entire thing, it is the length of the ladder now? Ladder is resting here. So the length of the ladder is x plus 2. Either you can use Pythagoras theorem, or can I see the triplet 8? What is the triplet starting with 8? Let's try with that first of all. Any triplet starting with 8, that is 8, 15, 17. 8, 15, 17, yes or no? And I think that is satisfying. If this is 15 and this is 17. The difference is 2 also, no? 15 plus 2, 17. So what is the length of the ladder? That is simply 70. Yes, you can take 8, 10, 6, but I don't think 8, 10, 6 will satisfy. 8, 15, 17 will satisfy. 6, 8, 10, how can be x and x plus 2? Is the difference between 6 and 10 is 2, Nikita? Is the difference between 6 and 10 is 2? If you are taking this as 6 and this as 2, then how is that possible? So the answer is C. The length of the ladder is 70. So 8, 15, 17 triplet is satisfying. Can I move to the next question? And you can easily observe a lot of questions we have solved in today's session based on the triplets. Question number 56. What is the answer for 56? That's right, 684. Again, an easy one. I'll drop a perpendicular from here like this. So this is 25, this is 24. So this length will be also 24. Yes or no? This length will be also 24. And this is equal to what? This is 25. And this is equal to 7. So area of the plot, there is one rectangle of dimensions 24 into 25. Yes or no? 24 into 25. And plus half into 7 into 24. And that will give us 684. So any doubts to anyone now in this case? Please tell me. Hema is saying, but they mention other three are not right angles. Just a minute, let me read it here. What is does it say? Other three are not a right angle. Acha, just a minute. Two sides. Was this figure given in the two sides of a plot measures 32 and 24 meters, and the angle between them is a perfect right angle. So this angle is 90 degrees. Yes. No, it's not a trapezium. This angle is 90 degrees. Yes. This angle is a 90 degree. The other two sides measures 25 meters each, and the other three are not a right angle. So this angle is not a 90 degree. Okay. I didn't read the questions here. So this angle is not a. The figure looks to be 90 degree, but it is not a 90 degree. So it is not a trapezium. Okay. Okay. So this is not a 90 degree. So we cannot say these two lines are parallel. What is the area of the plot? Okay. So in that case, what I will do here is that if I need to find out, okay, I will join this one. And this. So there is one right angle like this. Can you all see that? Please tell me now. Okay, like this. Okay. So now you can say this is 24 and 25. Okay, this is 25 and 24. We do not know what is this. Just remove this. This is not 7. This is not 24. And drop a perpendicular from here like this. So this angle is 90 degrees. So if this is 25, okay, this is 24, 32. What is the length of this green line or the diagonal? Can anyone tell me the length of this green line or the diagonal? Just give me a number. Let me write on neatly. Okay, so this green line, triplet, yes or no? This is 3 into 8. This is equal to 4 into 8. This angle is only 90 degrees. So this green line, it should be 5 into 8, which is equal to 40. So use the triplet here. Now I drop a perpendicular. And since it's an isosceles triangle, so it will divide, the base will be divided. So this length will be 20 and this length will be 20. Okay. This length will be 20 and this length will be equal to 20. So now this is 20 and 20. So this is 20, 25. So is there any triplet? This 25, it is equal to 5 into 5. This 20, it is equal to 4 into 5. So this perpendicular distance, it should be equal to 3 into 5, that is 50. So there is one triangle ABC and the other triangle ACD. So area of triangle ABC plus area of the triangle ACD. ACD. Okay, area of the triangle ABC plus area of the triangle ACD. ABC plus area of the triangle ACD. So ABC, it is equal to what? Half into 24 into 30. And ACD is half into 40. And on base 40 height is 50. And that will give me 684. This is the answer. Now tell me if there is any doubts to anyone. Please ask me. So can I move to the next question if there is no doubts? Answer was same. I don't know, maybe answer was same. If we take 25 as the base, okay, if I take 25, but remember one thing now, okay, just a minute, let me draw. The figure is not drawn to the scale, so let's keep it like this one. This is 24, this is 32, and I'll say this and this. This is the figure. This is 25, this is 25. This would be the actual figure. So in ADC, if we take 25 as the base, so base as a 25, and from this point, yes, you can say from this point, but again, how can I am sure that this is the height? Height is 24? No, not necessarily. In that case, again, you are assuming that these two lines are parallel, which is not the case. This angle is not a 90 degree. No, the question it says this angle is not a 90 degree. No? So if I drop like this one, so it's not necessarily it is height. Somehow you might get answers, but that is not the correct way. Is that clear to all of you now? Any other doubt? Okay. The figure was not drawn to the scale. 57. What is the answer for question number 57? A. So say Euclid has a triangle in mind and its longest side has length 20 and the another of its side has length 10. So I'll say that, let's say this is the longest side 20 and this is the side length 10. I drop a perpendicular, so this is a perpendicular. Okay. And area is 80. If the area is 80, so can we say height half into base 20? On base 20, height is h, and this is equal to 80. So what is the height h? Can you guys tell me? 80 by 20, or what is the height h? That is 8. So this is equal to 8. So this must be 6. So this must be 14. And this is 14 and this is 8. So this must be equal to root of 14 square plus 8 square. So the answer is root 260. That is the correct answer. 14 square plus 8 square is 260. So option A. Is that clear now? Any doubt? So this was doable. 58. Tell me the answer of this. If you do not take the base as 20, then also you can get the answers. Take the base as 10, then find out the height. Okay. You still get the answer. But why I have done, I drop a perpendicular. Since hypotenuse is 10, so I can say the other two possible sides are 6 and 8. You can think of Pythagorean triplet. So other two possible sides are 6 and 8. And you can try with 6 and 8. You can see that all of them are satisfied. Okay. 58. What is the answer? Option A, 140. Yes. It says in triangle DEF. This is the original figure. Okay. Points A, B, and C. If angle D is equal to 40, what is the measurement of angle AC? So angle D is equal to 40 degrees. So this angle, it is 40 degrees. Okay, these two sides are equal. So if I say I've drawn the same figure here, let's say this is D, this is point A, this is point C, and this is point E. And it says these two sides are equal. These two sides are equal. So if this angle is equal to theta, this angle is theta. So exterior angle, this exterior angle, it is equal to 2 theta. Any doubts to anyone? No? Similarly, this is A, this is D, E, and this is F. This is B, and this is C. These two sides are equal. So let's say this is alpha, this is alpha. So this angle, exterior angle, that is 2 alpha. Yes or no? This exterior angle is equal to 2 alpha. So we know at point C, okay, at point C, this angle, green one, that is representing 2 theta. Okay. This angle, this blue one, that represents, that is 2 alpha. Okay, 2 alpha. So this is 2 alpha. So I can say 2 alpha, 2 theta minus angle ACB, which I need to find out. Let's say this is angle X. So minus angle X, and that is equal to 180 degrees. At point C, they are in a straight line. So from here, I'll get what? That X is equal to twice of theta plus alpha minus 100. And in triangle DEF, what about angle D? And since we have taken this as theta and this as alpha, so D plus E plus F, it is 180. So D is 40, E is equal to theta, F is equal to alpha, it is equal to 180. So theta plus alpha, it is equal to 140. Substitute it here. So that is twice of 140 minus 180. That will be 2 into 140. It is equal to what? 280 minus 180. The answer is 100 degrees. So the correct answer for this question is 100 degrees, not 140. This is 100. Again, figure is not drawn to the scale. I think those who have marked the answer as option A, they assume that it seems like a parallelogram. So 40 plus 140, that's a wrong answer. Is that clear to all of you? And even in the exam also the same figure was given where it seems that, okay, that this line and this line is parallel, but nowhere it has been mentioned that these two lines are parallel or these two lines are parallel. So the correct answer is 100 degrees. So be careful in the CAT. Do not assume the figure to the scale unless it is mentioned in the question. Can I move to the next slide? Okay. What about this? 59. Option D. Okay, we'll see. What is the value of x if y equal to 10? Lot of right angle triangles. Based on the following figure, what is the value? Okay, even in the, this was also given as right angle triangle actually. Somehow it has missed out. But it was given that this angle is also 90 degrees. Okay, this angle is also 90 degrees. Okay. So based on the figure below, what is the value if y is equal to 10? So first thing which I'll do is I'll try with the triplet, as all the options are integers. So here the hypotenuse is 10. If the hypotenuse is 10, the other two possible sides are what? Can I say the other two possible sides are 6 and 8? Yes or no? 6 and 8. So let's check if with 6 and 8 if I'm getting something or not. Okay. So if I say, let's say this is equal to 6, this is equal to 8. So x minus 3 is equal to 11. So x is equal to, x minus 3 is 8. So x is equal to 11. So here x plus 14, 11 plus 4, which is 15. 11 minus 3, that is equal to 8. And I'm getting this is 8, this is 15, and 11 plus 6, 17. So it is satisfying the right angle property. So whatever we have assumed, that assumption is coming out to be correct. So what is the value of x? The value of x will be nothing, but that will be equal to 11. So the answer is 11. And that's right, you can even start substituting the values of x from the options and you can cross check that. Is it clear to all of you now? Please respond. Now the last one, 60. What is the answer for question number 60? Tell me. Rectangular pool, C, option C. Can say this is how the figure looks like, isn't it? A rectangular pool 20 meter wide. So this is 20 meter wide and 60 meter long. Okay, sorry. This is 20 meter wide and 16 meter long. It's surrounded by a walkway of uniform width. So let's say the width of it is W. Here width is also W. So outer one, it will be comes out to be nothing but, can I say that is 20 plus 2W? This width is W and this is width is W. So for the outer one, the total width, it will be equal to 16 plus 2W. How wide is the meters in the walkway? So how wide? I need to find out the W. And here, total area of the walkway is 516. 60. A rectangular pool of 20 meters wide and 60 meters long. Okay, I've written it wrong. 60 and then this is 20. Okay, so this is 60 plus 2W. Yes or no? This is width is W, W, W and W. And the width of the outer one is equal to 20 plus 2. So we know that is 60 plus 2W into 20 plus 2W minus, what is that? 60 into 20. And this is equal to 516. 516. And then solve this, you'll get the value of W. Or you can substitute the values from the options also, isn't it? That is 60 plus 2W. Yes, now. So you can use the options also, and otherwise you can solve it here. Any doubts to anyone now in this question? So 60 plus 2W into 20 plus 2W, it is equal to 1200 plus 516. So that is 1716. And further, if I say 30 plus W into 10 plus W. Divide by 2, 2 8s are 16, 2 5s are 10, and 2 8s are 16, 858. And I think by putting W equal to 3, you'll get the answer. Are you all getting the answers? Okay. So the correct answer is, after solving this, I'll get W is equal to 3. So out of these 14 questions, how many of you have got 10 plus correct? You should have got at least 10 plus. That's it. That's good. So in DBS, the questions were not difficult. Also remember how some of the questions can be solved with the help of options also. That is very, very important. Okay, now? How to use the options. Okay, in the questions. Very important. All right. So it's right now 2:53. So can we do another question, set of 10 questions? Or let's take a break. 2:53. So how much break? 3:20. Let's start at 3:20. 47 and 48. Okay, I'll tell you. How much more questions? A total of, I think, approximately 135 questions was asked in the CAT. We have just solved till where? Till question number 60. Na? We need to solve 70 more questions. So let's do 10 more. Can we do 10 more right now without taking a break? So 10 questions, approximately this. Or let's take a break of 15 minutes. 2:55. Let's start at 3:10. So let's do 10 more questions. We have done till where? 53, 54, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Till 60 we have done. Okay, just a minute. Let me upload it. Okay, the answer for 47 was option A. For 47, the answer was option A. For 48, also option A. Okay, so now, so if we move to, we have done till question number 60. All right, so 61 to question number 70. All these 10 questions are from CAT 2002. So in 2002 itself, there were 10 questions from geometry. Okay, so solve these 10 questions. For these 10 questions, I'm giving you approximately, how much time do you need for these 10 questions? 30 minutes or 25? Let's do 25. So I'm giving out to all of you 25. So right now time is 3 o'clock, so 2:57. So till 3:25. Please start, all of you. Please start. So please solve these 10 questions, 61 to 70. All right. Question number 61. What is the answer for question number 61? Tell me, all of you. The correct answer is what? 56. You guys are saying, which is not given as any of the option choices. Okay. Yes. Okay, we'll see that. All right. So let's see. It says in the following figure, the area of the isosceles right angle triangle ABE is 7 square. So the area of the isosceles triangle ABE is 7 square, right? The area of the isosceles right triangle. So this is the isosceles triangle here. Okay. And this is 7. If EC is equal to 3 times BE. Okay. I think in the figure, yes, that's right. The correct answer is actually 56. So just give me a minute. Mark it 56. Okay. That's right. Most of you have got it, the 56, which is the correct. So let's do it quickly. So it says in the following figure, the area of the isosceles right angle triangle is 7 square centimeter. If EC is 3 times of BE, okay, if B is equal to X, then EC is also equal to nothing but that is going to be equal to 3X. And this is equal to what? X here. Okay. And the area of the isosceles right angle triangle is 7. So area of this triangle, it is equal to half of X into X, which is equal to 7, which means X square equal to 14. And what is the area of the rectangle ABCD? So area of the rectangle ABCD is 4x into x, which is equal to 4x square. Okay, that is basically 4x square. So that's right. X square is 14, so the answer is 4 into 14, which is equal to 56. So you can say the correct answer is option number D. Any doubts to anyone now? Can I move to the next slide? Okay. Let's move ahead. 62, again a very easy one. I think the same question has been repeated so many times. What is the answer? 3:4. If in order to cover, this was asked in ATM as well as CAT also the same question twice or thrice. In order to cover less distance, a boy rather than going along the longer and the shorter length of the electropath, he goes by the diagonal. The boy finds that he saved a distance equal to half the longest distance. Now I think with the help of option it is easy. If I say this is 3, this is 4, and this is then 5, triplet, isn't it? So diagonal, then boy finds that he saved a distance equal to half the longer side. So total distance, that is 3 plus 4, which is equal to 7. Okay, minus 5, that is equal to 2. He has saved this much distance. Okay, so 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 minus 5 is 2. And 2 is also equal to nothing but half of 4. 4 by 2, it is equal to 2. So that's the correct answer. Any doubts to anyone now? How to approach with the options? Take the values here. And you can, okay, option say it might be lengthy because you need to take couple of values and then you need to try it here. Just a minute, just give me a minute, all of you. Okay. Can I move to the next question? If it is clear, do you want me to discuss with us by other method? I can say, let's say this is equal to length, this is the breadth, this is equal to nothing but root of L square plus B square. So it says the boy total distance he traveled is, if I traveling along the length and width, so L plus B. Okay. Minus root of L square plus B square. Okay. Minus root of L square B square. L square plus B square. It is equal to L by 2. So this will be comes out to be equal to, that is equal to L plus B minus L by 2. It is equal to nothing but root of L square plus B square. Squaring both the sides. Okay, I have written L by 2 now. So L plus B minus this one. Root of L square plus B square, it is equal to L by 2. Solve this equation, squaring both the sides. So it will be equal to what? This will be 2B minus L, which is equal to twice of root of L square plus B square. Now solve this, you'll get a quadratic equation, and from there you can get the answer. So do you guys want me to solve this? Please tell me, yes or no? Okay, if you take it, this will be equal to 4B square plus L square minus 4LB, which is equal to 4L square plus 4B square. Okay, this is what I'll get here. So I think what I can observe is that a couple of terms will get cancelled and you can find out the answer. Okay, let's move ahead to the next slide then. I think if you see here, 4B square will get cancelled, and 4L square minus L square, I'll get what? That is 3L square minus 4LB. So 3 is, sorry, L is common, yes or no? So that is L into 3 minus 4, 3L minus 4B, it is equal to 0. So from here, L can't be 0, so I'll say 3L, it is equal to 4B, and length by breadth, that will be equal to 4 by 3. So shorter to longer, it will be 3 by 4. That's it. So I hope that it is clear. Can I move to the next question now? Okay. But use the options. 63, a very interesting question. What is the answer for question number 63? Please tell me, all of you. Option C. So for question number 63, you are saying option C. Let me check the answers. Okay. Okay. Option A. I think the option A is correct. So this is a triangle. The internal bisector of an angle A. So this is A, B, C. In a triangle meets the side BC at point D. AB is equal to 4, AC is equal to 3, angle A is 60, so this is 30 and 30. Then what is the length of the bisector AD? I need to find out the length of the bisector AD. Okay. So I can say area of the triangle ABD. Several approach, area of the triangle ABD plus area of the triangle ADC. It is always equal to area of the triangle BAC. And area is equal to half AB sine theta. So area of triangle ABD is half into AB is 4 into AD into sine 30 plus area of the triangle ADC, half into nothing but that will be, comes out to be what? AD into 3 into sine 30. It is equal to area of the triangle BAC, which is half into 4 into 3 into, that is sine 60. You know sine 30 is equal to half, sine 60 is equal to root 3 by 2. Substitute that, you will get the value of AD. So what is the answer? Can anyone tell me the correct answer? The answer is option number 1. That's right. So can I move to the next question now? Yes, you can use angle bisector theorem also, na? But I told you this is the easier way. But for that, we know this is 3, 4. So for angle bisector, you need to first find the length of side BC by using cosine rule. So by using cosine rule, you can find out the length of side BC. And then you can find out the length of BD and DC. And once you find out the length of BD of BDC, then you can use the angle bisector theorem. Yes, like it. Use the cosine rule. Can you find out the length BC by using the cosine rule? What is the length of BC? Tell me now, what is the length of BC then? If you are using, but this is the easier approach, root 13. Okay, so if you are getting the BC as equal to root 13, let me write down here. Okay, that is, I'll get cos 60 degree. Cos 60 degree, it is equal to 3 square plus 4 square minus BC square upon 2AB, that is 2 into 3 into 4. So this is coming out to be what? BC. All of you are getting BC equal to root 13. Please tell me yes or no. Okay. So, all right. So by using cosine rule, you guys are getting this as BC. Okay. Sure that it is root 13. No calculation mistake. Okay. Now once I get BC equal to root 13, so what is the length of BD? BD is equal to, we know the angle bisector theorem, there are two things here. BD is to DC. So BD is to DC. What is the ratio of BD is to DC? That is 4 is to 3. Okay. So BD is to DC is equal to nothing but that is 4 is to 3. So BD, it will be, comes out to be equal to length of 4 by 7 into root 13. Okay. And this will be equal to 3 by 7 into root 13. Any doubts to anyone now? Please tell me. No. Now after that I need to find out the AD. If you want to find out the AD, so after this step, how you are going to find out the AD? There is one more angle bisector theorem I told you related to the angle bisector. That's a mixture of Stewart theorem and angle bisector theorem. By combining these two, what was that result? Can anyone tell me? By that you can find out the length AD directly. So that is AB into BD. No, AB into AC minus BD into BC. Are you sure? So I'll say AD square. So AD square, it is equal to AB into AC. So that is AB into AC minus BD into DC. So just do that. What is AD square? So AD square is equal to AB into AC. AB into AC, it is equal to 4 into 3, 12. Minus BD into DC. So that will be equal to 4 into 3 is 12. 12 by 49 into root 13 into root 13 is this one. So that is 12 into 13 by how much? 49. Yes or no? So I'll say this will be, comes out to be 12. In any case, I can see common 49 minus 13. What is 49 minus 13? 49 minus 10 is 39. That is 36. So I'm getting this as 12 into 36 by 49. Okay. So what is AD? AD is the square root of this. So AD is the square root of this. So I think square root of 36 is 6. Square root of 12 is equal to 2 root 3. So into 2 root 3 upon root 49 is equal to 7. So that is equal to 12 root 3 by 7. And that is the answer. What is the right? Mera to sahi aa raha hai. I don't know what you guys have done in the calculation. So, but now tell me, which is the easier one? Using the sine rule or this? In the class I have discussed both the approaches. Of course, the sine rule is easy. Because the angles are given in such a way, 30, 30 is a very standard angle, 60 is a very standard angle. Okay. Had it been something like 22.5, 22.5, so it might be difficult. Again, if I give that angle is 45 degrees, so in that case it is difficult. Okay. Can I move to the next question now? Okay. What is the answer for this? A very interesting question. Option A, yes. Okay, okay. All of you are getting option A. The distance PQ is equal to option A, 7 meter. Are you sure? Okay. So let's see whether it is option A or not. Okay. So we'll discuss that question again in detail. I think maybe whether the options are given wrong. The correct answer is root 50, not 7. The correct answer is root 50. Okay. The correct answer for this question is root 50, not 7. A very common mistake which people commit here. Yes, 7 point something. So it's approximate. I think the closest is here. But I think the correct answer is it's root 50. Okay. No issue. Most of the people got this wrong. Not the teachers, student. I have seen some of the faculty also teaching in the class. They told their student with a very okay. They say that the answer is 7, which is wrong. Now just here, what is wrong here? In the figure below, ABC is a right angle triangle and AD is the altitude. So AD is the altitude. So this angle is nothing but that is 90 degrees. Okay, this angle is 90 degrees. Circles are inscribed within the triangles ACD and ABD. P and Q are the centers of the circle. The distance between P and Q is now. So this is 15, 20. So what is the length of BC? Tell me. It's a Pythagorean triplet. So the length of BC, it is going to be equal to 25. So by using Pythagorean triplet, I can say the length of BC, it is equal to 25. It is equal to 25. Now, again, it's a right angle triangle. One of the side is 15. Yes. So it might be a triplet. It might be a triplet. Let's try with a triplet, or you can use area equal to half. So I'll try with a triplet. So 50. So other two possible sides are 9 and 12. And if it is 20, the other two possible sides are 16 and 12. So I think it will satisfy perfectly. 15, if I take this as 9, this as 12. And this is equal to 16 and this is 12. So 9, 12, 15, standard triplet. 16, 12, 20, again standard triplet, and 16 plus 9 is 25. Okay, perfect 7 is coming. Not an issue. Like I told you the thing. Okay, there are a lot of faculties who teach in the class and say this, that. Experienced faculty who have got a teaching for maybe 18 to 20 years, they say that the answer is 7, which is a wrong answer. Okay, this is the case. Now tell me one thing. What about this one? This circle, can you tell me the radius of the circle P? And since a right angle triangle, and for a right angle triangle, the in center, what is the in radius? In radius is always equal to, for a right angle triangle, in radius is always equal to A plus B minus C by 2, where C is the hypotenuse. We have discussed that. Yes, or A plus B minus C by 2. So 12 plus 9, what is 12 plus 9? 21. And 21 minus 15, that is 6. 6 by 2 is 3. So the radius of this circle, it is equal to 2. Okay. Radius of this circle is definitely, 3. So radius of the circle is 3. Similarly, the radius of the in radius. In radius of this is what? 12 plus 16. 16 plus 12 is 28. 28 minus 20 is equal to 8, and 8 by 2, which is equal to 4. So radius of this circle is 4. So now there are two circles. One of the radius 3 and the another of the radius 4. So if one of them is radius 3, so I'll draw a circle of radius 3 like this. Another is radius 4, so I'll draw a circle like this, radius 4. And this is perpendicular. So whether these two circles will touch each other, please tell me now. Whether these two circles will touch each other? Definitely no. The circle can touch each other only if this line is not a perpendicular. If it is a perpendicular, then they can definitely not touch each other. Because here, if I drop a line like this is the distance here. This green line is equal to 7. Not this line will be equal to 6. With the radius is 3, so I can say this is equal to 3. The radius of this entire thing is 4. Okay, and so this line is also 3. And if I say this is PQ, let me mark R. The length of QR, it is equal to 1. 4 minus 3, which is 1. Is that clear now? 4 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so that is there. So now in triangle PQR, so in triangle PQR, okay, in triangle PQR, we can say it's a right angle triangle. This length is equal to 3 and this is also 4. That we know, no? Because from here, if I draw a tangent, it will be like this one. So this is 4 and this is here, this is 3. So the length PR, it is equal to 7. Let me draw the triangle separately. This is 90 degrees. So this is P, this is equal to Q, this is equal to R. So QR is equal to 1, PR is equal to nothing but 7, and this is equal to what? Root of 7 square plus 1 square. So the correct answer is equal to nothing but root 50. Okay, the correct answer should be root 50. Any doubts to anyone now? Please tell me. Sure? Okay. I think one of the options was probably in that year was root 50, maybe. Or you can say the nearest option is nothing but that is 7. The nearest option is 7 in that case. So the correct answer for this question is root 50. So just remember that. The correct answer is root 50. This is the answer. Any doubts to anyone now in this question? Please tell me. A very important one. No. It doesn't matter. Okay. Can I move to the next slide now? I think one of the option will be root 50. Probably we need to make the changes. And I do not know in the cat also whether root 50 was there the option or not, but the correct answer is root 50. Okay, let's move ahead. '65. What is the answer for question number 65? Please tell me now. Anyone? B. Okay. So we can say, let's say, there is a common chord of two circles. So this is a common chord of two circles with radius 15 and 20. So radius of one of them is 15. So let's say this is 15 and this is equal to 20. Okay, and this will be equal to 20, 15, 20. The distance between the two centers is 25. So it means it's a right angle triangle. And we know that the distance between the center of the circle, it will always bisect the chord. It will always bisect the chord here. So what is this length? This length, this angle will be nothing but, and it will be perpendicular also. So if I say this is P and this is Q, so the length PQ, it is simply equal to 20 into 15 by 2. Yes or no? 20 into 15 by 2. Half AB, half of 50, sorry. 20 into 15 by 25. I written it wrong. 20 into 15 by 25. So what is the value of PQ here? Tell me 20 into 15 by 2, that is 12. So if it is 12, the length of the common chord will be 24. In any right angle triangle, if you are dropping a perpendicular to the hypotenuse, so this perpendicular distance is 20 into 15 upon hypotenuse 25. That is also something which we have discussed in the class. Yes, AB by C. Or you can also use area. Area is equal to half of 15 into 20, as well as it is also equal to half of 25 into PQ. So any doubts to anyone now? Please respond. Can I move to the next question? Okay, now tell me what is about this one. Option B. Okay. Now remember one thing, if the result is true, it must be true for any values of A. That is one of the ways. If the result is true, it must be true for any values of A. So probably I'll select A equal to 2. I'll not select A equal to 1 because if A equal to 1, so even first option will also give me 1. So you can select A equal to 2. So the points are 2, 2, then 3, 2, and this one. And then you can use determinant method or Soule's formula or several. But here, one of the coordinate is A comma A. So this is, let's say this coordinate is A comma A. Other coordinate is A plus 1 comma A. So x-axis is increased by 1. So x-axis increased by 1. So I can say A plus 1. But y is already A. Now next, x-axis is still same, but y coordinate is A plus 2. So it will be perpendicular to this. X coordinate will be A, but y coordinate it has become A plus 2. Okay. So this is equal to 2, this is equal to 1, and this is the right angle triangle. So area, it is equal to half into base into height. It is equal to 1. So it is always 1. Okay. Is that clear? Please respond. This will be parallel. These two will form a right angle triangle. 67. What is the answer for 67? Okay. The answer is B. Okay, let's see here. What about whether it is a correct or wrong? Neeraj had a rectangular field of size 20 into 40. So this is a rectangular field of size 20 into 40. So this is 20 and this is 40. He has to mow the field with a mowing machine of width 1 meter. If he mows the field from the extreme to the center, then the number of rounds taken by. So Neeraj will start mowing here. So in the first round, he will mow this area. Is that clear? In the first round, let's say he starts mowing from here. So he will start from one corner, he will mow uniformly. He will reach to the end. Then he will start mowing in this direction. Then he will come here and then like this. So this is the first round here. So what is the area in the first round which he can cover? Can anyone tell me? Okay. So what is the total area? Let me write down step by step. Okay. Total area is 20 into 40 is 800. Okay. So total area, it is equal to 20 into 40, which is equal to 800. Okay. So I'll say area left in the first mow. In the first mow, what is the total area which will be covered? That will be equal to 800 minus width is 1 meter. Now, so this is 1 and 1. This is 1 and 1. So minus, can I say that will be comes out to be 19. 40 minus 2. 40 minus 2 is equal to what? 38 into 18. Okay. Or instead of doing it this way, subtracting, what I'll do here is the better way is this way. Let me write down. Total area is equal to 800. Okay. So can you guys tell me area left after first mow? After first mow. So area left after first mow, that is going to be equal to 40 minus 2, that is 38. And 20 minus 2, that is 18, simply. Okay. So area left after first mow, it is equal to 38 into 18. That will be comes out to be how much? That is 684. Do not try to calculate how much area has been mowed in the first. Can I say area left after the first mow is 38 into 18? Because this length, it is becoming 38 and this is now 80. So the remaining area which has not been mowed is 38 into 80. So what is the area left after the second mow? This will become 36 and this will be 16. So area left after the second mow, that is equal to 36 into 16. What is 36 into 16? Please tell me now. 576. So area left after the third mow, this will become 34 and this will become equal to how much? 16 minus 2, which is 14. So area after the third mow, that will be equal to 34 into 14. And what is 34 into 14? That will be comes out to be 476. Still, it has not been half. Okay, it has not been half. So area after first mow, area after the fourth mow. So area after the fourth mow, it means that will be equal to 32 into how much? 32 into 12. That will be equal to 32 into 12 is 384. But we need to mow only half of the field. We need to mow only the half of the field, 400. Yes or no? 400. So the answer is what? It is definitely between 3 and 4. But between 3 and 4, there are two options, 3.5 and 3.8. Now, what is the difference between third and fourth round? How much area has been mowed? No, this is 476. Nah, this is 476 and we need to reach to 400. We need to reach 400. This is 476, this is 384. So 400, is it closer to 476 or is it closer to 384? Tell me. 476, is it closer to 400 or 384? 384? 384 is closer. There is a gap of 16 here. There is a gap of 76. So 384 is closer. So the answer should be closer to fourth round. Instead of trying to find out exact value, I am doing the approximation. So the answer should be closer to fourth round. So I will mark 3.8. Otherwise, we can calculate exact value also. Is that clear? Okay. Otherwise, what I'll do, that between 3, 3rd and 4th, how much area is mode? So I can say area mode, it will be equal to how much? That will be equal to 476 minus 384, which will be equal to 92 units. Yes or no? That will be equal to 92 units. So the answer is, but I need to move only 76 because this is 476 and I need to reach till 400. So I need to move 76. Once I move 76, I'll reach to 400. So how much round is needed? In that round, 92 is covered. So for 76, the number of round is 76 by 92. So 76 by 92, I think it will be comes out to be approximately 0.8. So that's why the answer is 3.8. Any doubts to anyone now? Please respond. Can I move to the next slide? Okay. 68. What is the answer for 68? A very easy one. Option B. So it says on the corner of a square of 14 meters, 4 horses are tethered in such a way the adjacent horse just reach it. So I need to draw a quarter circle. This is 7, this is 7. Okay, like this. And there is a circular pond of area 20. So in the middle there is a circular pond of area 20. So what is the area left ungrazed? So this is 7. So area of the square is 14 square minus area of the 4 horse. Area of these horses, they can cover how much area? That is 4 into, okay, 1 by 4. Because area of 1 quarter circle, 1 by 4 into pi r square, that is equal to 22 by 7 into r square, that is 7 square. And plus area of 1 circle, middle one. Area of this middle circle, that is equal to how much? Pond, that is 20. So solve this, you'll get the answer. How much you are getting, all of you? 22? All of you are getting 22, please tell me. Okay, so the answer is definitely 20. So can I move to the next slide if it is clear? Now 69 and 70. So for 69 and 70, tell me what is the answer? BC. Okay, let's see here. In the diagram below, angle ABC is 90 degrees. So this angle is 90 degrees, which is equal to angle DCH, which is equal to angle DOE also, which is equal to angle EHK, angle FKL, angle GLM, equal to angle LMN. AB is equal to BC is equal to this one, or equal. Na? So if I say, let's say this is equal to 4, just assume that it is equal to 4. So I'll say AB will be equal to 4, BC it is equal to also 4, CH it will be comes out to be 2, CD will be equal to in that case 2, EH it will be equal to 4, E to H, where is EH? Yes, EH is equal to 4, so this is 2 and this is also 2, EH is equal to 4, FK is equal to 4, so this is 2 and this is 2, and HK will be equal to 2, so HK is equal to 2, KL, 4 KL equal to 4, so KL is 1, and equal to 2 LM, LM will be comes out to be 2, and MN which is equal to 4. That's it. So all these are given to us. The first question, the magnitude of angle FGO. So magnitude of angle FGO. So I'm talking about FGO, this one. So I can say this is 2 and this is equal to 1. Okay, this is 2 and this is equal to 1. So can you tell me about this? What is the magnitude of this? Anyone? The tan inverse, yes or no? So I need to find out the angle FGO. So angle FGO. So angle FGO, that will be equal to nothing. But can I say if this is theta? So I can say that is basically tan theta. Tan theta, it is equal to perpendicular upon base 2 by 1. So theta is equal to tan inverse 2. So the correct answer is tan inverse 2, which is option number D, none of these. Is that clear to all of you now? Please tell me if there is any doubt. What are you guys have marked? Some of you have marked D. The answer is D, none of these. Here the ratio of the sides are given, so I can assume this to be 4. And we can find out the relationship that KL is equal to 1 and this is 2. So EP is 2, PZ is equal to 1. So EP is 2, PZ is equal to 1. So means what? Tan theta, it is equal to perpendicular upon base, that is 2 by 1, which is 2. So theta is equal to tan inverse 2. So angle is tan inverse 2. In any case, tan 30, tan 45 or tan 60, it is not equal to 2. So the answer is none of these. The last question, the ratio of the areas of two quadrangles ABCD and DEFG. So ABCD and DEFG. So I'm talking about ABCD. So what is the area of the ABCD? Tell me. It's a trapezium. So half of sum of parallel sides. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Into this 4, 24 by 2, which is equal to 12. Okay. So I'm writing down here. So area of this here, area of the trapezium ABCD. Half of sum of parallel sides, so half into sum of parallel sides 4 plus 2. Into distance between these two parallel sides 4, which is equal to 12. And what is the other area? That is DEFG. So I need to find out DEFG. Okay. So area of this DEFG. Half of sum of parallel sides. So half into parallel sides, you can say OP is equal to 2 and this is 2. So 2 plus 2, 4 plus 1, 5. So that is equal to 5. Plus EF is equal to 2. So 5 plus 2 into distance between them, that is also equal to 2. So that is 7. So one is 12, other is 7. So the answer is 12 is to 7. So any doubts to anyone now? Please respond, all of you. Okay. All right. So yes. So we have done till 70 questions. So approximately, I think around 60 more questions are remaining. So when should we do? Today or tomorrow? The baad mein. Okay. Today I have got one more lecture and in the evening 9:30 na. Okay. So it will be hectic for me. So let's do it tomorrow. Tomorrow in any case, morning 9:30 to 11:30 is analysis. Those who are writing Narsi Munji, and as Narsi Munji NMAT exam is going to start from the first week of October, you can attend the past CAT questions which is asked analysis. Okay, so can we start at tomorrow 12 o'clock? 9:30 to 11:30 is English. So after the English session at 12 o'clock, and tomorrow night we don't have any class. Yes, tonight we have got a class. So can we keep it tomorrow? Please tell me all of you. Yes? No morning. And next week there is no DILR workshop. And next workshop now we are starting in the Boost Camp. Okay. And now the admission is also open for Boost Camp. So on the website, if you refer, for the admission for Boost Camp is now open. Those who have not enrolled, they can enroll for Boost Camp, which are going to start from next Saturday. So from next Saturday for 9 consecutive days, the class will happen from morning 9 till 11 PM in the night. So सुबह 9 से लेके रात के 11 बजे तक from next Saturday for 9 days. Okay, so any doubts? No, those who have already enrolled for bootcamp, they do not need to enroll separately. Okay, very much. Those who have enrolled for complete course, they do not need to. And in the bootcamp again, in this year bootcamp in DILR, I'm going to discuss completely the new set. So the another advantage is that you'll also get access to last year bootcamp, 2019 as well as 2018. So like in 2019, if you have discussed, let's say around 120 sets approximately, so 120 sets of DILR of 2019, 120 sets of DILR 2018 also, which will be completely different from this year bootcamp. Like 90% of the questions will be different from 2018 and 19 bootcamp. So every year in the DILR section, I discuss different sets. So that way I have created a huge database for all of you. So you can practice those questions which I discussed last year bootcamp also. Yeah? Because in this year bootcamp, the questions will be completely different. Okay. So already 200 sets are there of DILR, 200 sets, the last two bootcamp. Okay. Which will be different from this year. Doubt session, I'll keep it on Monday. Okay. All right, guys. So good day to all of you. See you all tomorrow. So can I keep the session tomorrow at 12 o'clock or 12:30, around 12:30? 9:30 to 11:30 here, 12:30 onwards. Okay. And we'll complete this geometry remaining 65% from the past year CAD. Okay, guys. So good day to all of you. See you all tomorrow.